her story here tonight.
If we only got one life, we gotta live it right. We're the mothers and daughters, sisters and queens.
If we lift up each other, we can achieve anything.
We're the ones who are gonna make the change.
We're the ones who are gonna flip the page. Spread love like rings in the water.
Yeah, that's the
Power of a woman. We'll raise our voices until we are heard. We won't stop. Turn up the volume till we change the world. We didn't come this far to not reach the stars. So let's begin by turning history into her story. Here tonight.
If we only got one life, we gotta live it right now.
We're the mothers and daughters, sisters and queens. If we lift up each other, we can achieve anything. We're the ones who are gonna make a change. We're the ones who are gonna flip the page. Spread love like rings in the water. Yeah, that's the power. The power of women.
We got the power, we got the power. We got the power, we got the power, we got the power.
Oh, tonight we're gonna ride our names across the sky, so them know the power of woman. Sisters and queens, we can achieve anything. We're the ones who are gonna make the change. We're the ones who are gonna flip the page. Spread love like rings in the water. Yeah, that's the power.
We got the power, we got the power. We got the power, we got the power, we got the power.
Oh, tonight we're gonna ride our names across the sky, so they'll know the power of women.
I am Alessandra Nilo. I'm the Sherpa for C20. C20 is the Civil20, an engagement group that was created in 2013 during the Russian presidency. This year in Brazil, we are convening around 1,700 organizations coming from 91 countries. And we organize ourselves through 10 working groups. Those are fair, inclusive, and anti-racist economies, food systems, hunger and poverty, environment, climate justice, and just energy transition, sustainable and resilient communities and disaster risk reduction, integrated health for all, education and culture, digitalization and technology, women's rights and gender equality, philanthropy for sustainable development, and SDG 16, democratic governance, civic space, anti-corruption, and access to justice. The way we work is mirroring the G20 main themes. So through our working groups, we collectively discuss what are the possible solutions to face the problems before us. With those recommendations coming from each one of the working groups, we do a summary of those recommendations, and we organize the key recommendations of C20. This year, we had 20 main recommendations that can be found at our website, www.c20.org, c20brazil.org. And through these recommendations, we can develop our strategies and advocacy work. We put forward our recommendations to G20 Sherpas in July this year, and at this moment we are convening different groups to liaison with the different governments so we can also continue the advocacy work. What happened in Brazil this year was very particular because this is the first time we had more possibilities of having engagement with governments, particularly in the finance track. So for the first time, we had meetings with the Ministry of Finance. We were also able to participate formally in the groups of education and health for the first time. And this is very important because this is a gain that we would like to carry on to South Africa. Finally, it's important also to highlight that all work done through the working groups were based on moving forward with gender equality agenda, anti-racist approach, and also trying to bring up the voice of those who were in the societies left behind.
Hello, I am Juliana. I'm Advocacy Manager in AIDS Healthcare Foundation, AHF Brazil. And this year, I coordinated the C20 Integrated Health for All working group. As we all know, women face barriers to accessing healthcare services, especially in low and middle income countries. These barriers include gender discrimination, lack of financial autonomy, low educational levels, and sometimes cultural norms that prevent women from seeking medical care. That's why we call on G20 leaders to guarantee sexual and reproductive health and rights for all adolescents and women in their diversity with accessible and affordable health care. We also urge G20 leaders to ensure access to evidence-based family planning, contraception, safe abortion, cervical cancer screening, also TB, HIV, and other STIs prevention. Let's all stand for a safer world for women everywhere, always.
Elizabeth Mike, working with AIDS Healthcare Foundation India. Globally, the largest HIV organization providing free STI/HIV services across 46 countries. Esteemed G20 leaders, as you shape the future of our generation, I would request you to have comprehensive sexual education at all ages, a key critical aspect. This helps having healthy relationships between boys and girls. It prevents STI/HIV infection. It also helps in reducing sexual violence against girls and young women. This will also aid in bringing in some gender equality to the coming days.
My ask to the G20 leaders is to ensure the provision of comprehensive sexuality education for all in formal and non-formal education settings. South Africa's staggering rates of teenage pregnancy are a reflection of the desperate need to enforce CSE. We also need to invest in quality education for all girls and ensure equitable access to primary, secondary, vocational, and tertiary education. We need to secure the future of our girls by investing and prioritizing their education now. I thank you.
Hello, I'm Guillermina Alanis. I'm from Argentina. I'm the Director of Global Advocacy and Policies at the AIDS Healthcare Foundation, or AHF, and I'm a member of the C20 Brazil International Advisory Committee. Pandemics and epidemics are not only a health crisis, but they also exacerbate gender inequalities. Women and girls face greater risk to their health, increased violence, and poverty during these events due to their roles in the care sectors. To discuss the disruption of essential reproductive health services, the disproportionate burden of unpaid domestic work, and the rise in gender violence makes us all think of special measures to be taken. So these are just a few of the reasons why we're calling on the G20 leaders to engage civil society as a guiding voice and adopt measures and commitments in their declarations to address and adequately respond to emerging and ongoing pandemics and epidemics. It is crucial to strengthen the ability of low and middle income countries to contain outbreaks at the source, with gender-focused public policies at the forefront. Leaving no one behind has been a global goal for many, many years, but only together through public policies that address inequalities, including special measures for those in vulnerable situations and strong commitments, can we achieve this. When I was younger, I heard in Argentina a very powerful woman and activist say, when public policies are gender-focused, they don't just benefit women, they benefit humanity. Personally, and as a woman, I advocate for every policy and commitment to be gender.
Hi, my name is Beni Bukhari. I am a member of International Advisory Committee of C20 Brazil. As a woman deeply concerned about the future of our planet, I feel the urgency of addressing the climate crisis, especially as we witness the growing frequency of man-made disasters, the displacement of communities, and the increasing threat of food scarcity. These issues are realities that disproportionately affect women, especially in vulnerable communities. That's why C20 Brazil has made the climate crisis one of its top priorities. We recognize that women are at the forefront of both the impacts and the solutions, and it is essential that their voices are heard and their leadership is supported in shaping the future we want to see. Working Group 3 on Environment, Climate Justice, and Just Energy Transitions addresses this issue. The group demands that G20 immediately act on their promise. It is time to make a difference in achieving net zero, shift to low carbon economy, a just transition, and develop a climate resilient world. Loss and damage is one of the priorities that the working group raised. Implementing the United Arab Emirates Framework for Global Climate Resilience is a must to ensure that the disproportionate impacts on women and other vulnerable groups are addressed and enhance the adaptive capacity.
Hello everyone, I'm Andressa Pelanda, General Coordinator of the Brazilian Campaign for the Right to Education. I'm serving this year as co-facilitator of the Education and Culture Working Group of C20 in Brazil. And some of our focus areas were around digital technologies for education and also the role of teachers for education and climate change, inclusion, all the lifelong learning, etc. But I'd like to talk a little bit about the digital focus and the teachers, because there were two of the ones that we had discussions and negotiations with the G20, as it's the first time that the C20 sits on the table for negotiations too. So in the digital issue, we could have commitments from G20 to provide digital access, universal digital access for students and teachers, education professionals in the world, with equality in this access and quality access. And we could also lead to a negotiation that stated the ethical use of technology and artificial intelligence in education. So this was a big goal. And the second big goal was about going beyond talking just about initial and continuous teacher training in education, but also talking about dignifying teachers' professional, valuing teachers, giving them good wages and good working conditions. So this was a really good goal for us too. And the gender perspective is across all of our recommendations in our working group, but we have a specific topic for inclusion, and we talk a lot about gender inclusion too. Those are the main topics and the main recommendations, and I'd like to put a highlight also on the recommendation to provide good and bigger financing for education, especially through tax justice, and asking the G20 countries to support the UN tax convention that is coming there. So that's a little bit of the biggest highlights in our work this year. We'll have the final meeting in November, at the end of October, in beginning of November this year, and I'd like to invite everyone also to go to join the Digital Power of Women conference in November 17 to 18, 17 and 18, to learn a little bit more on our C20 and G20 progress in these commitments and our work in civil society to transform the world to a fair, just, and sustainable world.
Today, we are sharing a vision, a California where every woman and girl thrives and has an opportunity to achieve her dreams. Hi, I'm Joelle Gomez, and I'm honored to serve as chair of the California Commission on the Status of Women and Girls. Our 17-member commission and supporting staff represent more than 20 million California women and girls in the most diverse state in the United States. California women and girls make up 6% of the United States population, and on their behalf, I want to thank you for all your work on behalf of all the girls and women around the world.
I'm Darcy Totten. I'm the Executive Director for the California Commission on the Status of Women and Girls. From equal pay to equal access, reproductive rights, and childcare, from a woman's first job to retirement, we're a state agency that cares about every single aspect of a woman's life. We review every issue faced by women and girls in California through a gender lens that recognizes that the structures of our world, of power, of our economies, they aren't gender neutral. They weren't built with women in mind. In California, women are a little more than half the population. We're half the voters, but we're not yet half the elected representatives. We're half the taxpayers, but we're more than half of the small business owners. We are half of the parents, but we're more than 80% of the teachers and close to 70% of the nurses. And we are the bulk of the essential workforce that is the backbone of the 5th largest economy in the world. An ongoing investment in women, in our creativity, our innovation, our leadership, is required for us and the communities that we anchor to thrive. Change doesn't just happen. It happens when all of us come together to invest in the potential and the power of women to uplift our entire communities. Our collective participation, our innovation, our imagination, together, when we put it all together, we can work to make a world that truly reflects all of its people.
The Commission's original research in the California Blueprint for Women's Pandemic Economic Recovery revealed that in California, pandemic unemployment affected poor women and women without college degrees hardest. Women of color were the first to lose their jobs and the last to regain them, causing ripple effects in family savings and wealth-building capacity that may last for generations. Frontline and service sector employees, which we called essential workers, were the most impacted. In many of these sectors, women are occupationally segregated, making up more than 70% of a particular industry's workforce. It is critical to understand that it is not just certain professions or service workers that we called essential. It was the women who dominate those sectors. Women are as essential to our economy as they are to our families and our communities. The Women's Recovery Response Grant Program represents the first time that the state of California has dedicated resources, under the oversight of the Commission, to the specific needs of California women and girls impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. In just 2 years, during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, this program reached more than 90,000 California women and girls. Our limited 2-year grant program reached almost 27,000 low-income and unhoused women, supported more than 1,600 new business startups, and delivered 3.6 million menstrual products to women and girls in need. Our efforts helped to support 18 local commissions that now indirectly represent 10.3 million unduplicated California women and girls. As we continue to grapple with the long-term consequences and persistent challenges of the crisis, it is imperative that women across the state, in all industries and localities, receive the support they need. The Commission is committed to leading and continuing the work to understand the impacts of the pandemic on women and families, and ensuring that their specific needs are addressed so that we always have the resources to pursue the American dream. While the pandemic focused our work immediately on the economy, the Commission's work spans a broad range of issue areas, including reproductive health and maternal wellness, childcare and caregiving, women veterans, international exchange, pay equity and racialized wealth gaps, and ensuring that the voices of the girls we seek to improve conditions for, the youth who will inherit our successes, are included in our policy and legislative work. We partner with community organizations and research entities to provide real-time data to the counties of California, helping women to advocate for what they need in their own communities. And together, we seek to build a collaborative model of solidarity and progress with women from all walks of life and around the world. Because if any of us remain mired in inequality, it affects all of us. We are committed to making our state, and hopefully one day the world, a place of true equality for women and girls where we all can thrive.
We are the California Commission on the Status of Women and Girls, and we're working to ensure an equitable and unlimited future for women and girls.
Welcome to the University for Peace, UPAZ, in Costa Rica, where we are committed to fostering education for peace. UP stands out as a unique institution established by the United Nations and authorized to grant graduate degrees in peace and conflict-related fields.
At UPeace, we understand that sustainable peace is inclusive peace. Our curriculum emphasizes gender as a crucial factor in understanding conflict and building peaceful societies. We are empowering women through education, providing them with the resources to become leaders in peace building across sectors. Central to our work is advancing gender equality. At UPeace, we understand that without women's voices, peace is incomplete. Through our programs, we build pathways for women to lead as essential partners in peace processes across the globe.
Gender and peace building, it actually teaches a wide range of approaches to understand gender and peace building processes in everyday life. For instance, it also teaches about how we can see one particular aspect through gender lens that can use the intersectionality lens, where you can see through social classes, gender identity, expressions, involvement, participation, engagement from all individuals into society. And by that, we can also create peace within the community and also with all gender expression in a diverse world.
Women play a critical role in shaping peaceful societies. Yet, they are often underrepresented in decision-making. At UPeace, we ensure women leaders are equipped to drive change from local communities to international arenas.
We are confident not only in the quality and relevance of our programs at UPeace, but also in their capacity to make a meaningful impact in the field of peace and conflict studies, media, and gender and peace building.
What was the first thing you did when you woke up this morning? Chances are, you used water. Try to imagine life without water. It's tough, we know. But for lots of people, life without clean water is just life. It's normal. In some places, it's normal to walk 4 hours a day to get water. Water that's disgusting. It's full of diseases. Nasty ones like dysentery, cholera, and typhoid. In fact, diseases from dirty water kill more people every year than all forms of violence, including war. And here's the crazy thing. The water crisis is solvable. Our planet has water. We just need to help people get it. When we do, it brings all kinds of changes. Clean water improves health, gives kids more time in school, empowers women, boosts economies, and gives hope for a brighter future. Clean water changes just about everything. So, what can you do? We're asking you to give. Give a little, give a lot, give everything you've got. What if you've given before? You've advocated, put your heart in, gotten creative, scraped the bottom of your penny jar, and been disappointed. So what? We can change the world here. Dare to believe again. This time, ask where your money goes. We say it all goes. Every penny goes to the field. You say, prove it. We say, we already do. Want to change the world? It starts with something that has the power to change everything. It starts with you.
I'm now 34 years, so working for AfriPads, I've worked for 10 years now. The product we are making is for the girl child and the women there. It drives me to come to work and save the girl child who was just like me by then.
I have my young children. Before AfriPad, I could buy them other pads, but it was expensive. Every month one could use the pack. So at the end of the year, I could use a lot of money. But with the reusable, I buy once in a year. That is a saving.
AfriPads is durable. Whenever I use it, I'm comfortable. To me, it has changed the life of the women in the factory because they are able to earn a living, they have constructed houses, and they are able to look after their families.
I have 3 nieces to stay with and to provide for. I'm like their parents. They go to school, all of them. I feed them daily.
A girl with no menstruation kits or products is getting a lot of difficulties, especially in schools.
I used to be so ashamed of my periods because, first of all, what I could use, I had no materials. I could only cut from my little clothes that I had. You cut here, even it's the same dress you're wearing. You find that you put on a dress, like the hand is not there. I always used this first part, the top part, because of course you'll not be so ashamed, like the downer. So I could cut all these hands, or here, then you tie a string, put on. Had to improvise for myself for what to use when I'm receiving my periods.
In order to achieve global menstrual equity, we need to work together to continue breaking menstrual barriers and ensure no woman or girl is held back by their period. Will you join us?
Divine Shakti Foundation and Global Interfaith Wash Alliance are more than organizations. We are a movement led by women dedicated to the well-being of women, children, and Mother Earth. On the banks of the sacred Ganga River in Rishikesh, India, our mission flows like the river to nurture, heal, and uplift. We start at the heart of the communities we serve creating programs that empower women and educate children. By lifting up women, we uplift entire families, building stronger and more independent futures. All of our work is open to all and free to all. Each year, we provide free medical care to tens of thousands of people living in these sacred Himalayas. These camps provide essential health care and also education about proper sanitation and hygiene, helping people lead healthier and happier lives. For the youth, we offer not only education, but also opportunity. Our free schools provide disadvantaged children with quality education and with activities that brighten their minds and spirits. Empowering girls is at the core of our work. Menstrual hygiene can be the key to keeping girls in school and toward building a more equal society. Our menstrual hygiene management labs and advocacy give girls the resources they need to not only survive, but to thrive. Our celebration of periods removes taboos that keep girls suffering in shameful silence. In the Himalayan towns and villages, we train women to become wash entrepreneurs and community leaders, building toilets, improving health, and gaining financial independence. To bring change to the world, we unite in action. Inspired by the blessings of the Mother Goddess in all of her forms, we gather global leaders at some of the world's largest faith events to amplify our work and message for clean water, sanitation, hygiene, and dignity. We work on the ground level, educating youth, women, and communities, and providing infrastructure. And we also work on the grand level, harnessing the power of faith to inspire changes in beliefs and behaviors that ripple out into national and international transformation. But the movement goes beyond leaders. It extends to you. Together, we can create lasting change for women, children, and Mother Earth. This is just the beginning. Join us in our vision and work for a better, healthier, happier, more sustainable world for today and tomorrow. Learn more at washalliance.org and divineshaktifoundation.org.
My name is Revati Samir Nandi. Dear G20 leaders, we are all connected, no matter where we live. Thank you for working together to make the world a better place for all children. Because we are the future and we need your help to create a world full of kindness and love. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Myself, Varsha Pradeep Age. I study in 10th standard in PES Modern Girls High School. Dear G20 leaders, thank you for hard work and for making decisions that can change the world. We hope you continue to work together to create a peaceful, fair and healthy future for all of us. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Gunja Vaidya. I am studying in 9th standard. Dear G20 leaders, thank you for your hard work and efforts to improve our world. We are all grateful for your leadership and trust that you will continue to make decisions that will make a bright future for all of us. Thank you.
Oh
belongs to women. Women today are new personality with unique fusion of knowledge, compassion and positivity. Women are leading in every sphere of life. The woman anthem rightly asserts, there ain't no stopping the unstoppable. Don't forget, impossible spells I am possible. Empowering women means creating a world where girls don't just dream but live their dream, where they have the confidence that I can and I will do anything to make it reality.
Women empowerment plays an important role in the development of country. Empowerment of women, particularly in rural areas, is the necessity today. Basic rights like education, nutrition and health are luxuries for millions of girls across the globe even today.
I strongly believe that women are the epitome of power and strength. In today's world, women have the power to turn their dreams into the reality, the force to break through the cultural barriers and make the world beautiful place with the values of unity and equality.
AYUD is an international youth movement dedicated to empower young people to become compassionate leaders.
1, 2, 3, yeah!
AYUD inspires youth to become active citizens with a sense of tolerance, solidarity and global responsibility. AYUD is the youth wing of Embracing the World, a global network of humanitarian organisations. It was founded by Mata Amartananda Mayi, also known as Amma, a world-renowned humanitarian and spiritual leader from India. Our projects help today's youth to express their full potential, gain self-confidence and develop their own creativity. Peace starts from within and spreads through our thoughts, words and deeds. Volunteering in social outreach projects and using our skills for the benefit of society.
I was so surprised to see how much they enjoyed it, and also very surprised to see how much I enjoyed it myself.
Protection of the environment through our initiatives, inspiring the next generation to live in a sustainable way. Facilitation of intercultural exchange amongst youth from across the world, building bridges between youth from different cultures, religions and social backgrounds. We are a new generation of compassionate, responsible leaders. On the occasion of AYUD's 10th anniversary in Europe, the European Parliament in Strasbourg and AYUD jointly organised a conference entitled Strengthening Europe Through Youth Empowerment. More than 300 AYUD members from 23 countries took part in the event.
Last year, when we had the 9th International Youth Convention, we were thinking of ways of how we could make this 10th anniversary a very special event, a memorable event for all of us. And the youth who are here today, many of them were also present at our last year's youth event. Our youth here dare to dream. Their optimism, enthusiasm, and passion for a better world renews our hope and inspires us all to be catalysts for change.
So it's the European Union is very important, very exciting opportunity. It's and I'm delighted that you chose and you targeted this to come here to visit and to spend your time in the Parliament to see what we're doing. So I want to thank you for your time, for the opportunity. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to speak with you and to meet with you. I hope you gain from your experiences here, and I hope that what you gain that you will bring back to your own country and spread the word about the benefits of the European Union and what it does for your country and for its people. So thank you very much. Gur míle maith agaibh.
Our youth are capable of exploring the right values of life, values that purify and uplift human emotions, thereby establishing a healthy and creative, productive relationship with nature and the world. We must encourage our youth to have uplifting dreams and desires and transforming ambitions. We must teach them to compassionately consider others, to be fair. That's what compassion means. When you are in the world, working, discharging your duties, compassion doesn't mean you give away everything. No, to be fair. Be fair, that is what it means in the world. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Change comes from within. If I change myself, then we will have the capability to change the world.
Here is a great place for us to open our mind, to broaden our mind.
The word impossible gets erased from everyone's mind when we are together.
First, our life was a little love towards family, love towards ourselves, love towards our cousins. But now here, we learned love towards our country.
We're ready for this. One world.
As we journey to the river of peace, a place within, we all seek. This river inside of us speaks of a day when we will reach one world, one home. Together our dreams can unfold. One world, one home. Together with unity and hope.
When there's clouds in the sky, I'ma be the sunshine. I'ma love the whole world one rhyme at a time. One world is the vision, the mission, and it's the message. You see someone in pain, you help them, yo, pay attention. You treat them like you wanna be treated, yo, this is simple. Our purpose is this, we're determined to make a difference. We're children of immortal bliss, we're ready for this. We're rolling with love, so we're so victorious.
Hammer, deine Liebe inspiriert uns, deine Liebe färbt unseren Alltag bunt. Sie fließt in die Erziehung und direkt an die Jugend. Gut investiert, denn das ist die Zukunft. Mit dir als Beispiel und deiner Energie schaffen wir Frieden auf der Welt und das ist das Ziel. Deine Liebe macht, dass ich viel netter bin, gibt der Welt ihre Schönheit wie ein Schmetterling.
One world, one home. Together our dreams can unfold. One world, one home. Together with unity and hope.
we only got one home. Can't move to another one, got no clone. Better we change the way we acting, cause we ain't alone. 7.4 to 1 billion people on the planet, all up in a panic. There's not enough food and water, no shelter for the kids who are brought up, selfishly enslaved their own son and daughter. Too blind and caught up, self-image is just way too important. Hold on. Yeah.
Połączeni nawet gdy gubimy zasięg w trasie po ziemi. W swoim czasie transformujemy to, co da się transformować. Mapa gotowa, serce będzie nawigować. Jeden świat, jeden dom, miłość jedna. Jeden tak, cyrkulacja tak potrzebna. Przepływ dajemy, dostajemy. Jest rap, są refreny, okej, jedziemy.
We give to those in need, joy we share with kind hearts, hope we give to broken dreams. Let us dream far, far over the stars. If we have a love, we have it all.
אני אגיד לך מה יפה בנו, כולנו שונים אבל לא מינינים לכולנו מבאס את היום לפתוח עיתונים נינים לכולנו קשה אבל כולנו נלחמים ימים אז בואו נפסיק להילחם אחד עם השני נינים
אז אם רק נצית את התקוות לפני שיעלמו לנו נגשים את החלומות ולא נחכה שיתגשמו לנו ניתן קצת מעצמנו לא נחכה שרק יתנו לנו נחיה כמו שנרצה ולא נחיה כמו שקבעו לנו עולמות שונים עולם אחד תיתן מעצמך והם ייתנו לך תבטיח לי שאף פעם לא תשכח את העיקר אהבה זה בחינם ולשנאה מחיר יקר
One home. Together our dreams can unfold. One world, one home. Together with unity and hope.
Greetings everyone, my name is Elizabeth Wathuti. I am an environmentalist, a young African climate leader, and the founder of the Green Generation Initiative. I am also a commissioner at the Global Commission on the Economics of Water. For years now, I have dedicated myself to empowering children, the youth, and also communities as environmental stewards through tree growing, ecological restoration, regenerative agriculture, and climate resilience initiatives. And this journey has taught me that our greatest resource is the people, especially the untapped potential of women and the youth. I have seen this power firsthand working with resilient women farmers, young girls in schools, and even communities who are building resilience to the climate crisis with courage and innovation. And as we gather for this Digital Power of Women conference under the G20's collaborative framework, we stand at a very critical juncture. Global challenges like climate change, resource scarcity, and economic inequalities demand inclusive leadership. Yet, women worldwide, and especially in the global south, face barriers that limit their voices and solutions from influencing global policies. I have witnessed the energy, the determination, and even the solutions that women in my community bring to climate and social challenges. Through the Green Generation Initiative, we are driving change that is rooted in youth, women-led leadership, and we're greening schools by growing thousands of fruit trees that also supplement the schools feeding programs while teaching children conservation and resilience. We are working with thousands of farmers and local communities to restore ecosystems, including the freshwater sources, improving lives and livelihoods through a triple bottom line approach of people, planet, and prosperity. Beyond these numbers, this work nurtures leadership and inspires young people, especially the girls, to believe in their power to drive solutions and shape our world. My message to G20 leaders is this: for us to achieve global peace, security, and sustainable economic growth, we must invest in women's leadership, especially in the global south. We must tackle barriers like access to finance, land rights, representation, and even meaningful participation in policy making. Only then and only then can we unlock a wealth of solutions for our global challenges. To lead effectively in the climate transition, we need accessible, inclusive financial support provided as grants and not loans that deepen debt. Investing in women-led climate initiatives offers measurable returns from ecosystem restoration to food security, and these efforts address both immediate impact and sustainable growth. When a woman steps into her full potential as a leader, she catalyzes change not only for herself, but for her community and the world. An inclusive G20 is where women's insights shape every dialogue and decision, and is truly equipped to build a sustainable, equitable future. Thank you.
We cannot eat coal, we cannot drink oil, and we cannot have any new fossil fuel investments, and that is coal, oil, and gas.
People all around the world are working against fossil fuels. When the people rise up, the powers come down. When the people rise up, the powers come down.
Não existe justiça climática sem coletivo. A justiça climática ela precisa ser trabalhada pensando nas especificidades que cada coletivo necessita.
We need to act in time, we need to stop investing in fossil fuels, we need to stop using fossil fuels in every single sector and in every single region across the world.
If we don't get justice, we see you, we love you, we will get justice for you. Arrest the real criminals.
We must urge world leaders to sign on to a new fossil fuel non-proliferation treaty, which would ensure a just and equitable transition away from fossil fuels.
End fossil fuels!
Thank you,
We need to convene together, not just as nations and the people in power, but as people, and spaces that create ways for those networks to be built are incredibly important to reaching a place of planetary solidarity.
Homo sapiens began to settle down. They blended with their surroundings, from vast deserts to deep oceans and forests to snow-clad mountains. Humans accepted the challenges posed by nature's diversity. They established their survival systems through experiments and experiences, which we understand as the culture of that place. This culture provides identity to human society in a given environment. In the words of Ellen Goldman, traditions are the guideposts driven deep into our subconscious minds. The most powerful ones are those we can't even describe, aren't even aware of. I bring to you the story from the Himalayas, which are majestic and awe-inspiring. They have been silent witness to the passage for centuries, from migrants to settlers, eventually creating an identity in 7 countries, including 13 states in the Indian Himalayan region. These peaks are more than just landmarks. They are the lifeblood of its people, shaping the rhythm of their daily lives.
Uttarakhand, where the land rises from swampy lowlands to the soaring peaks of the Himalayas. These restless, unpredictable mountains have been nurtured for centuries by the unassuming women who walk their steep paths. These women are the stewards of their land, the silent strength behind the flourishing settlements in these harsh landscapes, evolving leaders in a new era of conservation.
आज से 80 साल पूर्व की जिन महिलाओं को मैंने देखा है, हमारे यहाँ क्या होता था कि आग तक सेव करने की कोई व्यवस्था नहीं थी। तो किसी घर में जो बड़े बड़े मोटे मोटे लकड़ियाँ जलती थी, वो आग को राख में दबा देती थी, और फिर मोहल्ले के लोग जो एक छोटा छोटा सा कंछा लेकर जाते थे, आग मांग कर लाते थे, फिर अपने यहाँ आग जलाते थे। लकड़ी के अलावा महिलाओं के पास कोई संसाधन नहीं था।
From sunrise to dusk, the women of Uttarakhand worked tirelessly to provide for their families, caring for animals, cultivating crops, in the hills the haunting melodies of women, calling out to their mothers. Sources of inspiration and strength echo across the valleys.
नंदा भगवती नंदा तू आई जाए भादो माँ, ओ नंदा भगवती नंदा तू आई जाए भादो माँ, तेर जाता ले जल नंदा तू आई जाए भादो माँ, तेर जाता ले जल नंदा तू आई जाए भादो माँ। मेरी ओ नंदा माणी वे बीची दी,
सारी तरफ लोग तेरे साथ की लड़कियां जो है वो बहुएं वहाँ चली गई खेत में, और तू बेटा सोई नहीं है तो क्यों नहीं उठाई है। एक सास बोली क्यों तो दूसरे लोग में चली गई, तो ये ऐसी भी सास रही। तो सब कुछ भला बुरा हर चीज उसमें उकेरी गई है, जो समाज में हुआ वो उसमें स्पष्ट रूप से बोला गया है।
These melodies remind mothers and daughters of deep bonds, ensuring the unbroken transmission of cultural practices, blending traditional practices with modern solutions to build resilience. At the Digital Power of Women Conference, women from diverse fields and different generations, scientists, educators, and activists gather to discuss environmental stewardship, digital empowerment, and sustainable development. Partnering with global movements like G20, C20, or W20, they demonstrate that conservation is possible through leadership, culture, and community collaboration. Uttarakhand understands the importance of protecting these mountains. Basanti Didi, an elder from these hills, she speaks of how for generations, conservation has not been a law or duty, but a way of life, rooted in faith and respect for the land.
सारे बर्तन मुझे मांजने होते थे, वो यहाँ आने लगाता था, सारे कपड़े मुझे धोने पड़ते थे। इस तरह माँ को बोलती थी, तो माँ बोलती नहीं तुमको यहाँ पर संघर्ष करना है, ये तुम्हारा कल काम आएगा। मैं बोलती माँ भी मेरी अपनी नहीं, ऐसा लगता था मुझे। लेकिन अब मुझे लगता है वो बहुत अच्छा था मेरे लिए, मेरी अच्छी ट्रेनिंग हो गई। हिमालय और गांव बचाए हैं हमारे महिला मुलग्गन ने आज भी। आप देखेंगे जितने तीज त्योहार हमारे वहाँ होते हैं, जितने अनुष्ठान आज भी हो रहे हैं, 9 दिन के हमारे नवरात्रे होते हैं, 6 महीने हमारे यहाँ यात्रा चलती है, आज भी सारी महिलाओं का नियंत्रण देखा मैंने। ऐसे वो लट्ठे लेके ना पानी पिला रहे हैं, उनको बैठा रहे हैं, कब वो घाटा करती हैं, इतना काम करती है वो महिलाएं, वो सब कर रही हैं। बच्चों को स्कूल भेज देता हूँ, ड्यूटी उनकी, ऊपर कीड़ा जड़ी के लिए भी जा। वो तो महिलाओं की ये भी बड़ी अच्छी चीज है, आप पता नहीं कितनी होती है, लेकिन हमेशा अपनी पहले पीढ़ी और अपने बाद की पीढ़ी के बीच की जब वो कड़ी बन जाती है तभी वो सोल्यूशन निकाल पाती है। वरना फिर ये गैप जो आ जाएगा, जैसे आप बोल रही थी, दीदी ने बोला कि बच्चों को पता ही नहीं है कि बीज कौन से हैं और फल कौन से, तो जाहिर बात है कि हम अपनी लाइफ स्किल्स ही खो देंगे तो कैसे सर्वाइव करेंगे।
The future of Uttarakhand rests in the hands of its women. They have stood firm through shared struggles and joys, adapting to new challenges while remaining rooted in their traditions. Celebrations like Harela, a festival of seed testing and reforestation, reflect their deep connection to nature.
विज्ञान आए कितने दिन हुए हैं? 200-250 साल। और हम लोगों की जो समृद्धि, जो सफलता है, जो परंपराएं हैं, जो संस्कृति है, वो हजारों साल पुरानी है, सदियों पुरानी है। अगर वो अवैज्ञानिक होती, काल्पनिक होती, तो इतना टिकती क्या है? आप अपने एक एक रिवाज को देखिए, हर रिवाज आपका वैज्ञानिक है।
हर रिवाज वैज्ञानिक है। आज जो है बीजों के अंकुरण के लिए बड़ी बड़ी लैब बनी है। तब हमारे यहाँ अभी अभी हम लोगों ने हरेला मनाया है, जो बीज अंकुरण की एक प्रयोगशाला थी। तो हमारे यहाँ जितने भी रीति रिवाज काम थे वो सारे वैज्ञानिक थे। कभी हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि कपोल कल्पनाएं थी, यूं ही लोग कह रहे थे, ऐसा नहीं था।
During these festivities, women of all ages come together, celebrating their bond with the land and teaching the next generation to do the same. Their leadership is not in power, but in care. Care for the mountains, the rivers, and the future.
मैं कहती हूँ कि भूल गया जो संस्कार, वो जीवन खरा नहीं रहता, और जड़ से अगर जुदा हो गया तो पत्ता हरा नहीं रहता। तो अपनी जड़ों से जुड़ना तो बहुत जरूरी है, और पूरी संस्कृति जो है, सब चीज जो है इसमें, इतिहास, भूगोल, खान पान, रहन सहन, सब कुछ जो है लोकगीतों में।
For centuries, the women of Uttarakhand have worshipped these mountains, pledging to protect the resources that sustain them. Their songs, dances, and festivals continue to honor the earth, ensuring a harmonious balance between humanity and nature. Today, we celebrate their wisdom and dedication as we look to the future.
The pivot of this entire civilizational growth has been the women, tasked with safeguarding and empowering the generations for ages. While this presentation showcases the beauty and cultural richness of the Himalayan state of Uttarakhand, it pays tribute to the countless women worldwide who are the silent crusaders of their respective socio-cultural identities and the custodians of their environment. These warriors have left no stone unturned in passing on this niche tradition to the future generations through their songs, dances, and festivities. Today, we commemorate and express our sincere gratitude To these extraordinary women, their unwavering dedication and determination have paved way for a brighter, more sustainable future in the Himalayas. Let's continue to be inspired by their example and work together to protect and cherish this beautiful yet fragile region for the generations to come, locally and globally.